So, good evening. Good evening. I feel like I need to bring this good evening back. I miss it. I do miss it. The whole time Unai Emery was there. Good evening. Good evening. So, yes, I might bring this good evening back. I might just do it for the banter, even on daytime streams. But we have got a big game tomorrow. And it's not big in terms of where we're going to finish in the league positions, because that, my friends, is dead and buried. It's not been great, has it? It's been pretty damn poor all season. The only shining light of this season, after being dumped out the Europa League in the round of 32, after just being rubbish all season in the league, the last result, the only shining light, the only the decent thing that's happened this season is getting to yet another FA Cup final. And now it is the be-all and end-all. Never used to be amongst not just Arsenal fans, but a lot of football fans. Oh, it's the FA Cup. We don't want FA Cup. Well, I do. And I'm really looking forward to that final on the 1st of August. And do you know what? When I say that this game is a big game for us, it's Aston Villa 1, so is the Watford game on Sunday. And it's not a big game in terms of where we finish in the league. It's a big game in terms of players fighting for the Champions League. If only we're not Liverpool or City, fighting for the FA Cup spot to get their place in the squad, to get their place in the starting 11. Mikel Arteta did his press conference earlier. If you haven't checked that out, please go back and check that out. It was the last video on the channel, so do go and check that out. I went through the transcript. I went through everything he said in the press conference. He was quizzed again on Lord Lucan. Yes, Mr. Ozil. He was pressed again on him, and yeah, it's not looking likely that he's going to ever get back in the team again. So hopefully Arteta can bin him this summer, which would be kind of good. But like I said, we do have a game tomorrow. I'm going to go through my 1 to 11. Big up everyone on Facebook. I see you, William. I see you, baby. Big up everybody on HOTMIC as well. I see all you guys in the chat on HOTMIC. If you haven't downloaded HOTMIC, link down there. YouTube's obviously decided not to bother sending notifications out today. That always happens, funny enough. They need to fix this. And funny enough, they sent me a thing the other day. It will pop up. How effective is YouTube at sending notifications? I'll tell you how much. 0. Not very effective at all. Because every time I do a daytime stream, a 5 p.m. stream, an unlisted members stream, and then do a 9 p.m., the 9 p.m. struggles to get 200 people watching it. That is how dead you are at sending out notifications. So I know you're listening to this. Start sending them out. Been riding with you since Gunner Bang. You look fresh. Thank you, mate. I've just come back in from the pool. It's still light here, man. 10 past 10. I did a few lamps in the pool. And yeah, man, just chilling. Nice and cool. Soaking up the sunny Andalusia sunshine, baby. Getting them UV rays into my system. And tomorrow I will be doing a watch along for the game. So make sure you come and join in on that one. Let's get into my 1 to 11, and then I'll give you my little thoughts and take on it, and then I'll read some of your comments out. So bear with me. Obviously, there's only one place to start. That's the goalkeeper. And what a goalkeeper he's showing he is. He's been very, very good, hasn't he? Who knew? Because he's never really had a chance, has he? But he has been rock solid. I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, he's better than David De Gea. Okay, mate, pass the weed. Put it down, chill out. Let's just not go there. And this is what winds me up. He's been brilliant. But let's not start getting giddy here. He's better than De Gea. Jesus Christ, what are you lot on? Yeah, and that's what winds me up with it. It's like, yes, come on, man. This is why I sit back and I just say reserved stuff sometimes. If a player consistently plays badly, then yes, I'll say you're crap. Like David Luiz. But when they're good, I'll say it. But come on, man. Saying that Martinez is better than David De Gea based on, what, 8 games? You're in cuckoo land, mate. Cuckoo, cuckoo. He is very good keeper, though, and he is starting for me tomorrow night. Then we're going to go with a back 4. We're going with a back 4, baby. Do batter the likes up, because YouTube, like I said, can't be bothered to send notifications out tonight. So we're going with a back 4. And I am going to go with the right back. Cedric Suarez, and he's been all right since he's been here, I suppose, hasn't he? He scored a banger against Norwich on his debut, and he's played a couple of other games. He's been all right. I'm sure we'll see the best of him next season. and he is in my team for this game. Left-hand side, there's only one player I'm putting in, and it ain't Thomas the Tank. It's my guy. Wifey, baby. Kieran Tierney to the rescue. Go back to your right position. You've been sick at centre-back. Now I want to see you romping down that left wing, boy. Whipping it. Bend it like Beckham, baby. So that's my left-back for the game. Centre-back. Rob Holding. He's better than Cannavaro, apparently. I swear, where these people make these things up from is hilarious, isn't it? He's better than Cannavaro. He's not, though, is he? But he is in my team for tomorrow. We're not going to go with this beautiful specimen of a man. He's got a bit of a knock, but I am going to go with the man of the match from the weekend. He's probably knackered. He's probably got headache as well. Headed out absolutely everything against Man City. But I am going to put him next to Cannavaro. Sorry, I mean Holding. So, yeah, that's my back four for the game. Let's go with the two in midfield. We'll start off with this guy, Lucas Torreira. We're going to go with him. And we've done all right without him, really, haven't we? Let's be real here. But Mikel Arteta said in his press conference, which, like I said, plug City, baby. Go back and check that one out. That was the last video on the channel. He did say in his press conference that, look, we've only got 23, 24 players to choose from. Take out the two that are not willing to do anything in Guendouzi and Ozil. We've only really got about 21, 22. I expect Torreira to start tomorrow. I do. And I think he was pretty poor against Liverpool, was it? I think it was Liverpool. He got booked and he took him off at the right time, because I think if he didn't take him off when he took him off, he would have been sent off. Just put in another foul just after he'd got booked. Looked knackered, if I'm honest. Looked shattered. But he hasn't played that much football and he's been out for a very long time. So I think this might be the right game to stick him back in. Next to him, we're going to go with Dani Ceballos. Granit Xhaka, you've been decent for a long time now, quite a long time. Consistent with your performances. But this guy, give him some more game time. Yeah, sit Granit Xhaka down. We know that Granit Xhaka is going to be one of the first names on the team sheet under Arteta. So sit your backside down, play against Watford on Sunday. Keep yourself fresh because he's going to play in the cup final. Dani Ceballos, I don't know. It depends what Arteta wants to do. But I've been impressed with Dani Ceballos recently. I think he's been pretty damn decent. I think at the weekend against Man City, the way he was getting stuck in, that was something that when he first came here, I said, I don't think he can cut the physical side of it. And he showed he could at the weekend. Yes, it's only one game, so I'm not going to get carried away because that's how I roll. But that is my two in midfield. The three in front. We'll start with the guy in the middle of that three. I'm going to go with Joe Willock. This little experiment of putting him on right wing, please stop, because it don't work. Yes, I know he got an assist against Wolves, but put him in his right position. Play him. It's Aston Villa. I know they're fighting for their lives and all that, but come on, man. This is a game where Joe Willock plays in his right position. This is the game you step up, my friend. I want to see you commanding that penalty box, running in like a fine, in the prime Frank Lampard, baby, pinging them in. So, yeah, I'm going with him. I am going to go on the left-hand side with the main man, the best player in the team, if we're being honest with ourselves, Bukayo Saka. Do smash the likes up, because YouTube are being dead. We normally have 900 people watching this with 161. So cheers, YouTube. Thanks. Really appreciate that. Do share the stream. That would be great. But yes, Bukayo Saka. We're going to go with him on the left-hand side. He obviously had a rest at the weekend. I think we were all kind of shocked that he didn't play at the weekend in terms of starting 11. But it worked in the end, didn't it? And I'm going to see him start this game. I want to see him start this game. Fresh off of the back of an absolute masterclass in assisting and pre-assisting, because we know Arsenal fans love a pre-assist and an assist stat. Nicola Pepe, baby. I said it. I called it. I'm taking credit for it. I'm fully doing it. Put him in the starting 11 at Wembley on a huge pitch. He will run you ragged. And he did, especially first half. Second half, he was pretty quiet, but that was more of a Mikel Simeone tactic of sit deep, block the passing lanes, the low block and all that, as you guys love to call it. But I'm starting with him. And then up front, going for the golden boot, stick him up front. Stick him up front, please. It's Aston Villa. Bang him up front. I want to see him get a couple of goals, maybe a hat-trick, maybe 4. You know, let's do it. Let's see if he can win the golden boot. Get him up front for the last 2 games. Go for it, man. Why not? And I'm sure he'll want to play up front. It's Aston Villa. Let's be real here. They're not exactly great, are they? Hence why they're in relegation zone. I'm not going to take the piss out of them if I'm being completely honest, because let's be real here. When we played against them last time round, his goal was the difference from about 25 yards out on a free kick near the end of the game. When we had 10 men, I think Pepe scored his first goal for the club. And I think it was Aubameyang who gave him the penalty, if I'm right. And straight from kickoff, we then conceded a goal. Santa Claus Arsenal again. Aston Villa, they've got it all to do. They have to go for it at some point in this game, which is why I would go with Saka, Pepe, Abba, because they're going to have to come onto us at some point. They're fighting for their lives. They have to try and win. It's as simple as that. If they don't win, see ya. Back to the Championship it is. Their main guy is Grealish, as we all know. I see a stat a couple of weeks ago when they played against Chelsea. Sky Sports put it up. I don't really like stats, but they put this stat up saying that Jack Grealish, at that particular point in the Chelsea game, has been the most fouled player ever in a particular season since the Premier League started. And that was Chelsea about a month ago. Yeah, my missus said to me that day, she goes, you can tell he's the one doing all the work. He's the only one whose kit's dirty every week. And it's true. Go and have a look at the rest of them. Their shorts are all white. Their shirts are nice. Grealish has got grass stains, mud stains. It's all up his arms. It's everywhere. And he is their problem. He is the problem. Well, he's our problem. He's a good player. Yeah, it's debatable whether he'd do it at a better team, but he is a very good player. And he can cause our midfield problems. He can cause our defence problems because he doesn't just hug one position. He's left. He's right. He's DM. He's left back. He's right back. He's in the box. He's taking corners. He's taking free kicks. The geezer is the pin-up boy, the poster boy of Villa. And if we ain't on it and we give that guy time and space and we don't defend properly, he'll pick a pass. Yeah, because if you give him 5 yards, not even 5 yards, give him 2 yards of space, he's putting the ball on a sixpence. So I think that he's the guy that we've got to look after, which is why I played Torreira. Just say to Torreira, listen, follow that geezer everywhere. If he goes for a shit, go and wipe his ass. One of them ones. So I feel like we have to play Torreira in this game. Give Granit Xhaka a little rest. He's played a lot of minutes recently. He's been pretty decent, Xhaka. But for this one, go with Ceballos, go with Willock. Willock could give you legs up and down. Ceballos, he can give the ball down the wing, the ball through the lines. And then you've got the Torreira, who's just going to sit there and chase Jack Grealish around the pitch. I fully expect us to beat this lot. Like I said, they're in the bottom 3 for a reason, and that's because they're not great. They've been really unlucky, especially the Chelsea game. I watched that game. They were well unlucky, man. There's been other games this season where they've been pretty unlucky, but I feel like this is going to be a comfortable victory because they have to go for it, which means that they're going to open up at some point. As soon as they open up, Pepe, Saka, Abba, Willock running in the box, Ceballos feeding the balls. I'm going 4-0. Yeah, I'm going 4-0. I don't see him scoring. And I don't really see him troubling us. I feel like the way we've defended recently, we're not going to obviously have that much defensive work to do in terms of what City and Liverpool pose compared to them. But I just don't see us being sat on the edge of our box for 60 minutes out of 90 and having to do them on the break. I do feel if we take the game to them, they could try and do us on the break. But when they've got Samatta up front and, you know, other players, McGinn's a good player. I think he's decent. He scored against us at the Emirates. Other than that, El Mohammadi, really? No doubt he'll turn into a prime Neymar tomorrow. But real talk, I just genuinely don't think they've got enough to even score a goal against us unless we turn into Santa Claus Arsenal and everyone downs tools tomorrow, which I don't think they will. Because like I said at the very start of this show, they're all fighting for an FA Cup final place in that starting 11. So I think that we'll beat them. I'm going 4-0. And in answer to your question, Theo, I said 7th before we came out of lockdown or before football come back. I'm sticking with 7th, mate. I do think we'll finish 7th. I think we'll win the last 2 games. So yeah, there you go. But yeah, 4-0 for me. Brad saying Vardy for the golden boot. Bruv, I bet you're fuming you got knocked out yesterday. What's De Gea doing, bruv? You need to bin that guy. Let's read out some of these hot mic ones real quick. Big up Shem. How you doing, buddy? Let me scroll up. There we go. At least you didn't predict 5-0. No, I was going to predict 5-0, but I jinx it every time I go 5-0. So 4-0, 4-0, 4-0. I think the confidence that's gone through the team in the last 2 games. And listen, let's be real here, right? The last 2 games that we've played, it was the perfect tactics against them 2 teams, because if you go toe-to-toe with them, they destroy you. Yeah, and I think that the way the lads have put such a good shift in mentally and physically, I sound like Wenger, physically, in them 2 games, I think that bodes well going into the last couple of games, because not only has it got us a win against the champions, it's got us into a final. Now everyone's going to have to be on it, because if they want to play in that cup final, you're going to have to put a performance in, mate. And if you're picked against Villa and you're picked against Watford, if you stand out and shine in that game, you might get in the final. It's as simple as that. So I feel like we'll win both these games. Going into the final, that's going to be a whole different kettle of fish, but we'll deal with that when it comes to it. But I see us winning this 4-0. So no doubt we'll lose now. But there we go. Big up everyone watching on Hot Mic. Big up Connor. I see you, bro. Cole as well. My team for next season, Martinez or Leno, right back, Maitland-Niles or Cedric. I can't even pronounce that guy's name, bruv. Chambers, Marie, Tierney, Lopez, CM, Holberg, Zachariah, Torreira, Guendouzi. You keep Doozy, yeah? Smith Rowe, Buendia, Saka, Ben Rama. That Ben Rama's decent, but he ain't worth the money, mate. Pepe, I can't pronounce the other guy's name, Eduardo and Martinelli. Bruv, you're getting rid of everyone. Real talk. It looks like you've just sold the whole team, bruv. But anyway, let's read some of these comments out. Let's do some of these. Do we play like we did against Liverpool, where we sit back and counter? Mate, not against Villa. You can only really do that, if I'm being honest, against certain teams. And the 2 teams that we've done it against, that is the only way you really beat both of them teams. So fair play. You know, we've done them both. But going up against Aston Villa, why are we going to sit on the edge of our box with 8 people in the box? Why would you do that? It's Aston Villa. Take the game to them and rip them apart. Because as soon as you go 1-0 up, they've got to chase even more. Yeah, then you just rip them a new one on the break. So yeah, man, I'm going for it. I'm going 4-0. Big up Mikey, says 4-1. Evening, Joanne. Hope you're well. Hope hubby's well. How does hubby feel about Arsenal being in another cup final? Against Chelsea, we'll be a lot more attacking. It's funny because when I did the member stream earlier, and big up the members that came on that, yeah, I missed Dr. Viraj. You didn't come on, man. I missed you, bruv. But yes, Chelsea will be a different kettle of fish. And the problem is, if we do what we did against Liverpool and City, they got Giroud and Tammy Abraham. Them boys can win headers. So we have to come up with a different game plan against them. But anyway, less of that. It's Aston Villa preview, not Chelsea preview. I wouldn't have minded either, bruv, if I'm honest. Chris says 3-0. I've lost it. There it is. 3-0. Shem says 2-0. Lacquer to bag both goals. I'm very good, Connor. I'm very good. Big up Elijah. 4-0 to the Gunners, says Devin. I reckon we may lose to Villa. I've seen a few people saying that, to be fair. I've seen a few. Big up yourself, Jason. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Let's be having you. There you are. Do smash the likes up. Like I said, YouTube just couldn't be bothered to send notifications out today. So yeah, there we go. Oh, I see. Sorry, bruv. I didn't realise. I did miss you, though. Me and Jez had a real good conversation. All the guys in the chat as well. So, yeah, it was good, man. 5-0. You've jinxed it already, Joanne. Pramod says 2-1 Villa. A lot of you were saying Villa. Might lose. Big up DJ Fury. How you doing, baby? Says 3-1 Arsenal. Big up a Dane as well. Lead the general. Bruv, I'm general sweat at the moment. I am sweating, bruv. I can't lie. I'm going to have a nice shower after this and chill out. Omar says 2-0. Aubameyang needs a mad one so he can get golden boot. Bruv, just stick him up front and just go all guns blazing for Aubameyang to score 4 goals. Then do the same against Watford and he wins it. Do you remember when Harry Kane scored a hat-trick and then 4 goals in the last 2 games? Like 7 goals in 2 games to win the golden boot. That is what we need right now with Aubameyang. But let's do a few more. Let's do a few more. Big up wifey. She's saying 4-2. Tottenham settings. We're going to smoke you in the final, bro. I take it you're Chelsea, yeah? Take it you're Chelsea. Who will get promoted? Who will get relegated? I don't even know what the league table's saying, mate. Bournemouth are gone, I think, pretty much. Be nice if Villa stayed up. They're a massive football club, but I can't see it, mate. So the bottom three is the bottom three. As for the Championship, I don't even know what the table is. I know Leeds are up. Maybe West Brom will come up. Brentford, maybe. I don't know. Let's do a couple more and I'm going. Willock won't pass the ball to Aubameyang. Let's do 2 more. If we sign Gabriel, if we sign Aubameyang and then Gabriel from Lille, Partey, Slobosly, Jonathan David, I think you mean, or Awar. Do you think we'll challenge for top 4? It's going to be hard for top 4. So because Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, and Man United are all better than us, and they're going to spend a lot of money, mate. I'm going to end on this one. Lee, I've been very impressed by Arteta so far. If Conky backs him, he'll make us great again. I know for sure he'll make changes in your perception about it and keep up the good work. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much for that. Listen, he's done all right, anyway, with what he's had to work with, but there's still a lot that he's done wrong, i.e. knock us out of Europe. But we'll see. We'll see what happens in the summer. It's going to be a big summer. Oh, one other thing I was going to say before I go. Apparently, there's a plane being flown over Villa Park tomorrow. Like the Conkeys even give it to us. Why have you just wasted 1,700 quid on that? I don't get it. But there we go. Anyway, I'm out of here. All have a wonderful evening. Tomorrow, about 1-2 o'clock, I'll be dropping a Premier League transfer update. After that, watch along settings now before kickoff. We'll get the team news and we'll go straight into the watch along. And we're going to slap Aston Villa 4-0, baby. 4-0. Laters, peeps.